The Gorgon. Origins: Greek mythology. The Gorgons were vicious female monsters with sharp fangs and hair of living venomous snakes. They were said to live in the west, near the ocean, and guard the entrance to the underworld. A stone head or picture of a Gorgon was often placed or drawn on temples and graves to avert evil, but also on the shields of soldiers. Such a head could also be found on the older coins of Athens. The Gorgon was a monstrous feminine creature whose appearance would turn the beholder to stone. Later in history, there were three of them: Uriel, Stheno, and Medusa, the ruler. The latter being the only one of them who was said to be mortal. They were the three daughters of Perseus and Ceto. In Greek myth, only Perseus and Zeus, through Athena, owned the Gorgonian. The two must be tied together in some way. That is, the king of Mycenae was the earthly counterpart of Zeus, from whom he derived his authority. The Iliad clearly expresses this divine right of Bronze Age kings, which the wrath of Achilles undermined. By assuming the Gorgonian, Perseus put on as a mask the power of life and death, personified by Medusa, the cosmic queen. The Gorgon is a creature covered with impenetrable scales, hair of living snakes, hands of brass, sharp fangs, and a beard. Sometimes it's depicted as having wings of gold, brazen claws, and the tusk of boars. The Gorgon's powers were said to have fire coming out of their hands, and the skill to steal power from the gods. They are so strong they can kill anyone who stands in their way. They are considered the queens of the underworld. The Gorgons can go anywhere they want and even look like humans. There is only one male Gorgon whose name is Nanas, the guard of Zeus. According to the myth, seeing the face of a Gorgon turned the viewer to stone. A Gorgonian, or stone head engraving or drawing of a Gorgon face, often with snakes protruding wildly and tongues sticking out between the fangs, was frequently placed on doors, walls, coins, shields, breastplates, and tombstones in the hopes of warding off evil. In this regard, Gorgonia are similar to the sometimes grotesque faces on Chinese soldiers' shields, also used generally as an amulet of protection against the evil eye. In some cruder representations, the blood flowing under the head can be mistaken for a beard. In Greek mythology, blood taken from the left side of a Gorgon could bring the dead back to life, yet blood taken from the right side was an instantly fatal poison. Athena gave a vial of the healing blood to Asclepius, which ultimately brought about his demise. Hercules is said to have obtained a lock of Medusa's hair, which possessed the same powers as the head, from Athena, and gave it to Sterope, the daughter of Cepheus, as a protection for the town of Tegea against attack. According to the later idea of Medusa as a beautiful maiden whose hair has been changed into snakes by Athena, the head was represented in works of art with a wonderfully handsome face, wrapped in the calm repose of death.